This is a beautiful old building built in 1717 after the Great Fire of Warwick. There's some lovely parts to it, from an outside courtyard, glazed courtyard, to walls of the original building, medieval building to the sides. It's panelled out. It's hosted all sorts of guests, which I'll go through in a bit, but there's some absolutely lovely touches all over. It's quirky, it creaks, it has bends and it has twists, but it's certainly a beautiful building. It was an old coaching inn back in the medieval times, and it's a landmark building in the heart of Warwick. It stands out. It's right at the end of Swan Street, right on the High Street. It's got one of the oldest signs in the country, with the grapes, showing that it was a coaching inn. Used to be a tramway station at the front, and at the rear there was a brewery and a bakery, all associated with the hotel. So there's lovely little touches all over it that you can see the history of Warwick as well as this hotel. It's got some very, very interesting guests that have stayed in here. Everybody's got their favourites, but the best one I think is Lord Nelson. He stayed with Lady Hamilton, his mistress. The suite he stayed in was actually called the Nelson Suite. Another famous guest is Mark Twain. He wrote a novel based on Warwick Castle whilst he was staying at the Warwick Arms Hotel. He was carrying out research for a novel that was based about Warwick Castle, which is obviously just 100 yards down the road from us here. We've also had, staying here, Frank Sinatra. Don't get much better than that, do you? The main reason to visit Warwick is the castle, which is literally the most amazing building probably in the country. Because there's been a castle there, then the whole area is littered with historic buildings. There's the bits of the wall jutting out. Even part of this castle, part of this hotel has some of the town walls in it, and there's some fantastic gates and architecture just to see, right back to sort of Tudor times. Another reason to visit Warwick, apart from the castle, is that there's a racecourse. That's a great day for everybody. It's a beautiful green area just outside, well, within the town, and it's a walking place for everybody. And attached to that is the canal system, which goes up to Hatton Locks, which is a beautiful walk in the country. And inside the town there's some lovely little sort of independent cafes and bars and restaurants. We're also just down the road from Charlecote, which has got strong connections with Shakespeare. There's a beautiful deer park surrounding it right on the river. When we first moved into the hotel, with my architecture background, decided that some of the reception rooms needed to be attacked first. It needed tender love and care. We redecorated, refurnished, moved the reception area to make it a more warm and inviting space. And then we reopened a bar that had been closed down and was just used as an ancillary room. And that's been very successful. Lots of locals and our hotel guests are staying for drinks afterwards, whereas before really didn't have any hotel guests staying. They'd go out into the town. So we become our own sort of venue ourselves with our restaurant and this bar. And then we decided to attack down in the courtyard. There's a glazed courtyard. There was a big ugly bar there, so we took that out and redesigned a smaller function room bar. And that's a courtyard which we're going to use for afternoon teas, for dining, and all sorts of parts of events.